Okay, today we will go over our quiz of inequalities and find out what confused you on these, because it's kind of inconsistent how some of the ones you got correct and some you didn't, and they were the same kind of problem. So you'll tell me what happened.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So let's look at number one. Let's see. Let me see. Maureen had it incorrect, and so did Mercedes, but you had different answers.
Oh
So
boy.
you had different answers. So now, Mercedes, you want to tell me how you did it? 4x plus 7 less than 21. Solve the inequality. Tell me how you
One
solved it.
second, I'm trying to find my.
You have your work where you did it?
Yeah, I have my book. I'm just trying to find a page. If it makes sure it's the right one I'm looking at.
Okay, because it's easy if you have the work where you did it. You could just tell me what was your first step.
Oh, my first step was I subtract 7 on both sides.
Okay, very good. Good start. Is that what you did too, Maureen?
Yeah.
So you started off right. So let's see what happened after you did that. Let's do our subtraction. Okay, and I'll probably go to the next screen because I'm gonna run out of room here. Okay, so let me just go back and put that all on the next. Okay, so let's just subtract the 7 minus 7 on the left minus 7 on the right. Now, I've said this before, and I hope you know this and applied it, that what you do to these inequalities, the same thing you do if it was an equal sign, right?
Okay, okay, I made
Exact same thing. The only difference is you have an inequality versus an equal sign, but it's the same operations, keeping an equation in balance. You want to keep the inequality in balance. All right. So, Mercedes, what do you get after you subtract?
that the subject um I got 4x.
Okay, you got 4x goes to plus 7, and the minus 7 gives you 0. Okay, so you got 4x, and what you get on the right side.
I have the equality sign less than
Okay, so when you do the subtraction, what do you get? 21 minus 7 is what?
21. Is it 21?
Yeah, 21 minus 7. 7 subtracted from 21. What does that give you?
Oh my God, Miss Barbara, I made an error.
What
I have
happened?
I have 27 instead of 21. What? Eh,
Oh, you put 27?
Yeah, I just realized it.
Ooh, okay. Maureen, did you have it like this? You had 21 minus 7?
Yeah.
And what does that give you, Maureen?
14.
14. Okay. So far, we're doing all right. Do the subtraction. There we are. Now, Mercedes, what's your next step?
My next step was 4x. After I subtract the 7, I have 20 left. So I might as well stop there because I didn't realize that I have a 7 in place of for a 1.
Okay, but look at it now, 4x less than 14. What would be your next step?
My next step would be
Oh,
I subtract 4 again on
Why
both.
would you subtract 4, Mercedes?
Then
Tell me
remember,
why.
just now, as like I said, also I made a mistake. I should have been, it should be division.
That's right. It's multiplication. 4x side by side multiplication. That means 4 times x. So you'll divide what? I'll say these.
4 into 14, you said left, Marine, from 21 year, because she said
Mercedes, divide what?
4 into 4 into 14.
Remember, you keep this inequality balance just like you do an
On both
equation.
sides.
Both sides
Yes.
by 4.
Mhm.
And what would that give you, Mercedes?
That will give it 3.5, which means B is the answer.
So you get x, let's put that there,
Mhm.
less than, so let me just put the 4 here.
I could
Okay.
have gotten it right if I didn't have a mistake too.
So Maureen, what happened to you? I think you gave me, let me look here. You gave me D.
Yeah, because that drop.
You subtract.
Yeah.
Yes, but remember I told you to look at the operation and do the opposite, right? That's a multiplication. So you will do division, right?
Yeah.
So you subtracted the 4 from the 14,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but see, that's not an add, right?
Okay.
Miss Barbara, I made an error. Still, I did not subtract, I divide. The only mistake I made, I just realized I did not subtract. I divided the last part of it, but because I thought the number was 7, I don't know what I was looking at. Maybe sleep was
Yeah,
still in my mind.
you made a mistake copying your numbers, but you did the right operation, right?
Yeah, yes. That's what
Okay,
I realized. I did the right operation except for the number I made mistake.
okay. So what is the answer, Maureen?
B.
B. Any questions on number 1? Because both of you got different answers. Um, Maureen, because she did the wrong operation, and Mercedes, because she copied the numbers incorrect, but
That's
she
right.
did the right operation. So that, and Maureen, you are getting addition and multiplication mixed up. If you had 4 plus x, what is that, Maureen? Addition or multiplication?
Multiplication.
4 plus x,
Or add.
that's an add. If you had 4 times x, what is that?
Multiply.
That's it. Because those two, you are still getting confused. And this is an addition. You have a plus sign, right?
Yeah.
Addition is always a plus sign. Multiplication is the one that you have like 4 different ways. You could have side by side, asterisk, dot, parentheses, or X, okay? But addition, you've got to have a plus sign. Remember that, okay?
Uh-huh.
No questions on number 1.
No, miss.
All right, let's go to Maureen number 2. Let's see, how did you do on number 2?
I subtract 5 from both sides.
Well, you both have that one correct.
Oh,
Yeah, you had that one correct. But tell me what you did, Maureen. Let's see. Let's go to number 2.
okay. If I tell what I do, as far as I get to is like
Just
uh,
just tell me what you did on number 2.
I subtract 5 from both sides.
You subtract 5.
Yeah.
Why 5, Maureen?
I know.
5 is a 5y, not a 5. That's a
Oh,
multiplication.
so I subtract 8.
That's it. You have to subtract 8.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I did.
And because you both got it right, so you couldn't have done the 5. You subtract the 8, and 8 from 43 gives what?
Yeah, but 35.
35. And then you have a minus here, so you'd have to divide by the -5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would give you a -7. But what happens when you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative? What happens to the inequality?
Turn it the other side.
Yeah, you reverse it. So
Yeah,
what's the
reverse, yeah.
answer? That's it. So what's the
Yeah.
answer, Maureen?
See,
C. Very
See.
good. Now,
Oh, I got
both
it.
you and Mercedes have that one correct.
eh,
And that wasn't much different from the other one, right? This was a plus, but it's still the same kind of problem. This was a negative, but you both had that one correct. Now, any questions on number two? Well, you have that one correct. Let's look at number three. Now,
Okay.
number three, you both said A.
Yeah.
And Mercedes, I want you to tell me, what did you do for number three? Let me just copy it. Minus 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 3.
I'm not even sure what I
So
did.
this 4x.
let me just put it here. Okay, so how did you solve it?
I subtract 5 on both sides.
You subtracted 5,
Yeah.
but this is a subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction?
Addition.
So what should you do then?
Addition.
Add what?
Add 5 on both sides.
That's it. Perfect. Add 5 to both sides of the inequality. So you actually subtracted them.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do, Maureen? What was your first step?
At first, I just figured out the answer. I didn't work it out.
Uh-oh.
But you didn't figure it out correctly. So how did you figure it out?
I ain't got a clue. But I
Okay.
ain't got a clue.
Because you and Mercedes both had, I think you both had A. Let me just look here. Number 3, Mercedes had A and Maureen had A.
Oh boy.
Okay, so let's add our 5 to both sides. Okay, copy that, add the 5. So add 5 on the left side of the inequality and add 5 to the right side. Okay. Okay. Now Mercedes, what does that give you on the left side?
It gave you minus 4.
Minus 4x.
4x,
Don't
pardon me.
throw away the variable. Okay, because the minus 5 plus 5 is 0. So you'd have minus 4x. And what do you have on the right side of the inequality?
On the right side, I would cancel. So there's a 0.
No,
So I,
you cancel on the
okay.
right side of the inequality.
Wait a minute.
That says 3 plus 5.
Oh, no, no, sorry. I was looking at the 5 and 5.
Yeah, we're looking at the right side now.
Excuse me.
So what's 5 plus 3?
Excuse me. It's 8.
8. So this, we add this, add the 5 and the 3, and we get 8. So what's the next step? I'll say these. We're trying to get our x variable on the left. So what's the next step?
The next step, we are going to um divide
Okay.
eh, um 8 on both sides. I'm doubtful right now.
You're trying to get just x left on the left. So what would you divide by, Mercedes?
4.
Minus 4
4 minus 4 on both sides. Minus 4.
by -4.
Negative 4.
Okay. Now, so what would that give you?
On the left side, you're gonna get x.
Okay, so let me just put that here. So you'll just get x, and what do you get on the right side?
On the right side, you're going to get -2.
That's it, -2. Okay, so let's just put that there. So that would be a -2. So let's just put the -2 there. If you divide 4 and -4, the -4 gives you 1. So this just gives you 1x or x. -4 into 8 gives you a -2. But what happens when you divide by a negative, Mercedes? What's the rule?
You're going to
This
change
the switch the signs.
the sign.
That's it. You're going to reverse the
Yeah, oh yeah,
inequality.
reverse.
So what does that become then, Mercedes?
Um, X is less than or equal to -2.
Less than or equals the way it is now. But if you reverse it, what is it?
Okay, X is greater than
Greater than or
or
equal to
equal.
-2. So what is the answer?
Oh, where are your answers now? Answer B.
B, right? So
B.
this,
Yes,
yes,
indeed.
answer B.
But I almost get it right, except the error they made.
X greater than or equal negative. After reverse it. So that's answer B.
Yeah. Maureen, we almost make it.
Huh?
Almost does not count, Mercedes. What did I tell you
Almost
about
knock out.
almost?
Oh boy.
On tests, they don't give you credit for almost, do they?
I
No.
know.
I don't think so. It's just one answer and that's it. Okay. And you both had the same answer. So what? You forgot
Oh,
to reverse it?
yes,
That
Miss
what
Laura.
happened, Maureen?
Yeah.
You forgot to reverse the symbol because
Yeah,
that's what that.
I forgot to
Uh,
reverse it.
let's see. Well, no, that's not true because you got a 2 here. That's a negative.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Because if you got a positive 2?
No, I have the same answer except I didn't reverse the. Although
No,
I
that
all
would be D.
D.
D
Yeah,
is the same answer, not reversed. But you,
yeah.
I think you both had A. A has a positive 2.
Oh yeah.
You both had A. Yeah, that's a positive 2. And when you divide positive by negative, you get negative. Unlike signs divide to give you negative, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Have any questions on number 3?
Number three, I almost get doubtful, but I try
The
to do it.
test up with the almost, you tell you.
All right.
Thank you, Maury.
No, I was a bit doubtful, but what I feel good about it, I
There
try
ain't
to do
no
it. I
almost.
realize I actually do it almost the way she said to do. I mean, just to begin to do it, because
Well,
almost
understanding enough to know where you made your errors is a good thing. Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. Okay.
But I didn't do
So,
number four.
mhm. So if you had one like this again, you think you'd get it right?
Um,
I think
50-50
so.
chance I
You
would.
think so, Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look at one like this again and see if you really will follow the steps to do it correctly. All right. But you've got to remember your sign rules. You divide unlike signs. What do you get, Mercedes?
To divide unlike signs, you
Negative divided by positive equal
yeah,
what?
you get subtract.
What?
What did you say? We subtract.
We're talking division, division,
Oh, oh,
division.
oh, oh. When it's division,
Negative divided by positive gives what?
give positive.
No, unlike
Negative.
signs give negative. Negative divided by positive give negative. Negative time positive gives
Yeah,
negative.
negative.
I gave you a list of those rules. Did you look at them?
No, miss.
Well, I gave you a list. I put them down. I say plus times plus gives plus. Minus time minus gives plus. Plus time minus gives minus. Minus time plus gives minus.
That's in division you're talking, miss?
I'm sorry?
You say we were doing division?
No, I'm saying division and multiplication.
Okay.
Unlike signs, multiplied or divided gives you negative signs,
Okay.
right? And I gave you those rules and I gave you the signs. I gave you minus divided by minus is plus. Plus divided by plus is plus. Minus divided by plus is minus. Plus divided by minus is minus. And the same for multiplication. Plus times minus gives minus. Minus times plus gives minus. Remember those? I gave you those, I think last week.
Okay.
Review those so they just, just something
Uh,
you know.
yeah, I'll do that.
Mercedes, you had a question?
No, no, Miss Barbara.
Okay, you've got, see, there's a combination of things here. You've got to know the rules for the inequalities, like when you divide or multiply by negative, you reverse the inequality sign. And also you should know your sign rules. Those are basic. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go to number 4. Let me see. How did you do on number 4?
Oh, I'll give an answer. I thought I didn't write. I didn't write the what did it?
Okay, well, let's see. You had C
Yeah.
and Maureen had D.
Oh boy.
Both incorrect. Different answers, both incorrect. So, Maureen, tell me how you did number 4. Oh, well, we didn't finish it. We've got to, it says graph the inequality. Now, if the inequality says what? X greater than or equal to -2. That means we have a shaded circle, right?
Mhm.
And greater is going from left to right. That's all you had to do for this one. Shade your circle over the -2. It includes the -2 and anything greater than or equal. And everything at the right of the -2 is greater than.
So I think I go the wrong way.
The other way is less than.
Maybe the other. What would
If
the
you go this way, it's less than a -3 is less than a -2, Mercedes. -4 is
yeah,
less than a -2. But a -1 is greater than a -2. A 0 greater than a -2. 3 greater than a -2. You got it?
yes, Miss Barbara. I think I'm making an error there.
Yeah, because remember on the number line, your 0 is in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Everything at the right of the 0 is positive. Everything at the left of the 0 is negative.
Yeah.
As you go from left to right, you are increasing. As you go from right to left, you're decreasing.
What was the question again, Miss Barbara? Can I
The
see?
question says, okay, graph the inequality. So after you solve the inequality and you get X greater than, but see, the thing is, if you left it as less than or equal, then Mercedes, of course, you'd go the other way. So you
Okay.
graphing the inequality, but it's not the less than or equal, it's the greater than or equal because you divided by the negative. So that's probably why you went in the other direction, because you got X less than or equal -2. So it would be that direction. You got it?
Not fully. You have answer C and D there, right? That's the answer you
No,
said.
the answer is B. And that's X greater than or equal to -2. There's your answer right here. B. See, look at B.
So you're saying
greater
when
than or
I
equal.
should have been on the number line, I should have put my circle at mm, -2 and then go to the right.
Yes, because the answer was greater than. See, there's your answer right there.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
You
yes.
got this answer, but remember, because you divided by -2, you had to reverse it from
Okay.
less than or equal to greater than or equal, right?
Oh, yes.
So that means you got to plot it on the number line, greater than or equal. So greater than or equal, always shaded. Less than or equal, always shaded. Greater than -2 is everything at the right of the -2. It includes the -2 because it says greater than or equal. Then it includes everything at the right of the -2. Got it?
Miss, can you do it?
Question?
Can we work it out, Miss, to see or to work out the
You mean,
no? Let me see it again. The what we're supposed to work out first. It says the
okay.
have you got the problem?
Solve and graph the inequality. And we
Or
did
graph.
that. We solved it and we got x greater than or equal -2. Answer B, right there.
Okay.
Now we want to graph this on the number line. Got it?
Okay.
So to graph this on the number line, greater than or equal, we know greater than or equal will be a shaded dot, right?
Mhm.
Oh, when it's greater than and equal, it's shaded a dot.
Yeah, greater than or equal or less than or equal. The only time it's open is if it's just greater than or just less than.
Oh,
Okay, so if you see it shaded, you know it has to be a greater than or equal or less than or equal.
okay.
Because shaded includes the number on the number line. So greater than or equal includes the -2 because we said greater than or equal to this -2. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if it'd been less than, then we would have gone in this direction and draw our line going in this direction because everything at the left of the -2 is smaller than the
Yes.
-2. Even though the number absolute value may be bigger, but you're getting further away from the number line, so you're getting smaller here on the left. Questions?
No, Miss Barber, thank you.
Okay. Now let's see number 4. Let's see if how you both did on number 4. Now, Maureen says C. No, Maureen said D,
I said C.
and you said C.
I think I guess this one.
You guessed. Okay. Now, Maureen, let's just figure this out, and I'm sure you'll get the right answer. Let me just let's see if I can. See if I can put that all on the other side so everything's together. Okay, Maureen, let's figure this out. Now, you have an open
Yeah.
dot. So right away that tells you what the inequality is. If it's open, what are the only two choices it can be, Maureen?
Less
Right? Or what?
or less, I don't know, less than.
It could
Equal.
be less than or what? Open can be a
Equal
less than a,
equal
no, equal only comes in if it's
uh,
shaded.
less than
A less than or greater than.
less than or greater than.
So if you see this circle is open, it can only be less than or greater than. So you only have two choices. What are they, Maureen? Which two choices say less than and greater than?
Left side.
No, which A, B, C, D?
Oh, which so there's less than.
Yeah. Which one says less than? A,
C,
B, C, or D?
B.
That's less than or equal. I said less than.
Uh, A,
A is a less than. And what about C?
C is greater than.
That's right. So it can only be A or C. Right? Because
Uh,
it's an open circle. So it can
uh,
only be a less than or a greater than.
uh,
Mercedes, you understand that?
Yes, miss.
That's I'm trying to show you how you can eliminate
Yeah,
possibilities here.
yes, yes. I do that
Can't
sometimes.
be B and it can't be D. Because if it were less than or equal, it would be shaded like we had over in that other
uh-huh.
problem,
Okay,
right?
C.
So it can only be A or C. Now, if it's on the 2 and we're going here to the left, Maureen, is it getting bigger or is it getting smaller?
It's getting smaller.
That's right. So what's your answer?
A,
A, very good. That's the answer. Answer A. Mercedes, you see that?
Yes, miss. Right away.
And you both had different answers.
Oh boy.
Yes. Number 4, like I said, Maureen had C. Maureen, you had greater, but you just told me it was
I have.
less, right?
You didn't see
And
me have
no,
C, miss.
Maureen had D.
Oh, I have C.
Maureen, you had an equal.
uh,
You had a D. These are inequalities, so it can't be the equal, right? So you had, let's see, 4. Yeah, you had D and Mercedes had C.
uh,
So Mercedes, you see it's not greater than, right?
Yes, miss.
If it were greater than, it would be going in this direction,
That away. Yeah.
right? Okay. Questions on number 4?
No, thank
no.
you, miss.
No questions? Okay, let's look at number 5. And number 5, let's see. Maureen had D, that was correct. No, Maureen had B. Mercedes had D. So Mercedes was correct. And
And
and Maureen, you had B. Let's see, how did you get B? Number 5. Maureen, how did you get B?
I just guess.
oh,
Oh, you just guessed. Now Mercedes had it right. So
That's what I
Mercedes,
mean.
tell me in steps what you did.
oh, this part of the word the maths I don't like.
Huh?
Okay.
You had it correct. Number 5. You
I
had
have
D.
D.
Just tell me what you did.
Um, I look. Let me look at it again. Yeah. I subtracted three x
Oh, okay.
on both sides.
Right.
Is it
So you got your X's together. You subtract 3X, you got 2X. And you want to get your 3's together. So what did you do?
when I subtract the three on both sides.
That's it. That gave you a -3 and a -3, a -6. So you got 2X equal -6. So let me just put that there. 2X equal -6. Then what did you do? I'll say these.
Um, I do them and I mix it up like okay. What I have left was
2X equal -6. So what operation did you do here?
2x equal minus 6. I'm trying to remember if I do it over the next page.
No,
Uh,
just looking at this, 2X equal -6. How would you solve for the X?
x would x would
Tell me how you would solve for it.
So how you get the 2x?
I,
No, not how she got the 2X. How did you get the X?
because I'm gonna subtract. I'm gonna
No,
divide.
no, no, no subtraction. This is a
I'm gonna divide
multiplication.
two on both
Yeah,
sides.
divide both sides by 2, and that's how you got the -3, right?
Yes,
Maureen, you understand that? Sometimes guessing does not work.
that's true.
Okay, so this one you had the variable on both sides, so the constants on both sides.
Yes,
So
I'm
you,
gonna divide.
yeah, so 5x minus 3x is 2x. -3 give you -6. Divide both
I
sides
see.
by 2. 2
Uh,
and the -6 gives a -3. Answer D.
okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And number 6, let's see. Mercedes, no, Maureen, you had that one right. 6, you had
Oh,
correct.
well,
Now,
I don't know how I do it. I
uh,
do it.
you guessed?
Yeah. Uh, some of them sometimes they see that whole they see that whole this when you do just now.
Hmm.
I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking, but I probably I forget. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go the answer I get out.
Now you got the right answer. Let's see, number 6, you had the correct answer. You had D. And Mercedes, you said C. So, Maureen, how did you solve number 6?
Now, we're trying to tell you I didn't solve it, because after I get messed up with five, because I not would never figure out five anyhow. That way you see that's my answer how you get the 2x, but then they realize that you subtract the 3x from the 5x. You see, some is direct and the zero sometimes get confused with it, yeah.
Well, in order to get your variables on the same side, and we want our x's on the left, you have to subtract the 3x, right? Because we want the x on the left, the variable. So that's why you subtract 3x and 5x, you get a 2x. Now to get your constants together, to get the 3 with the -3, you subtract the 3, -3, -3, -6. Well, at this point, you can see the answer because -6 is only one number times 2 gives a -6. That's a -3 because we just said plus times minus gives minus, right, Mercedes?
Yes,
So at this point, you know that it has to be a -3 because that's the only answer multiplied by 2 to give you a -6. Got it? Okay, Mercedes, how would you solve number 6? Now you got, let's see, you got C, you said.
I got it wrong.
Okay, so,
Okay, I
okay,
subtract.
just tell me right now, what would you do first?
First thing I did was, where is it? You have it on screen, miss?
Mhm. Number 6.
I don't.
Okay,
Oh yes, I see it now. Oh,
so what
what
did
I
you do
did,
first?
I was a bit confused with this one because of the bracket parentheses. So
Yeah, but
I
when you have
said,
parentheses, you just do everything within the parentheses operation. So that means that 3 is multiplied by everything within the parentheses, right?
oh
Correct?
yeah. So
Yeah. So you
I
multiply
would have
3
said
times the x and
x
3
would be,
times the 2.
so if I say three times x would be 3x
That's it. Very good. 3x.
plus three three twos of 6.
That's it. Very good. You
So you're
you
gonna,
cooking, cooking, cooking.
so you bring
And
down the
-9.
the
And
answer. The
now, what's your next step, Mercedes?
My next step would be subtracting 6 on both sides.
That's it. Very good. Subtract 6 from both sides. All right.
So
Now
now we
let
have
okay,
3x
let's put our subtraction there. Subtract the 6 on the left. Subtract the 6 on the right. That's a -6. Okay. Now, Mercedes, what's on the left now?
On the left we have 3x
That's it, 3x. And a -9 and a -6 gives you what?
give you minus, oh yeah, 12 minus 12.
A
Oh,
-9 and a -6 gives
that's
you
the
what?
answer.
A -9 and a -6, Mercedes.
I'm saying 12. Oh, what? Oh, Lord. I mean, not 12, 15. Oh, what happened?
15. Yes.
Where did I go a while ago?
-9 and -6,
Oh, I know why I made a
-15.
mistake. And I'm looking in the book and I have looking at the wrong number.
So
I look
x
back up
equal what?
So, oh, let me get it. Okay, get it down right.
So what is x equal to?
So x gonna be equal to, oh, x gonna equal to 5.
Okay. So let's put in
5
our
minus,
inequality. So
yeah,
x is greater than what?
minus
-5.
5.
That's it. What answer is that?
That answer is certain. I can see it most. Can you stroll a little bit?
Okay.
Is that you're going up? Yes.
Okay. So what choice is that?
The choice is B.
B. Okay. So answer.
I can't believe I got it wrong. What was I thinking?
Yeah, you're going through the steps, and unless you made a mistake you just
I made
made
a
when
mis.
you said
I'm
12.
Yeah. I made a mistake when I'm doing the steps. That's it. That's what I
Okay.
did. I made a mistake. Oh, I see where I made a mistake too.
You see your error?
Yeah, I put the 5 in the wrong place.
Okay.
Instead of 6, I put a.
So let's see. That was number 6. And you had C.
Yeah, I see it. I'm wrong.
And Maureen, you said you guessed on this one?
Yeah.
You
You
guess
had
right,
it.
Maureen?
No, she had it
You didn't
correct.
guess right?
Number 6. No, number 6. Mercedes has C. Maureen had
I thought you would
no,
divide 5.
no, number 6. No, you had it incorrect. You said D. It's not D, it's B. So number 6 was incorrect for you, Maureen.
Mm.
Yeah, you said D. D is incorrect. So Mercedes, you saw where you made your mistake?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right. So that's number 6. Now let's see. Number 7. Mercedes, you had 7 correct.
I do.
Yes. And
Mm.
Maureen, you had C. And 7 is not C. So Maureen, how did you do number 7? 6x plus 5 greater than -7. How did you solve this one?
Okay, that's as far as I get. I subtract 5 from both sides, right?
Okay. Very good. So let me just do that. Let me copy that. Okay, subtract 5 from both sides. Very good. That would get your constants together. So -5. And on the right side, -5. Okay. And what do you get, Maureen, when you do that?
I get 6x
That's right. On the left side, you'll just have 6x plus 5 minus 5 is 0.
0, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's just
So
take that
5
out.
plus 7
Minus 7 minus 5 give you what, Maureen?
minus 1 minus 12
Plus or minus?
minus
Minus, very good. Minus, minus, give you a minus. Okay. Now, Maureen, you can see what your answer. What is your answer?
2 B.
Your answer is what?
B.
That's a less than. This is a greater than. Isn't that a greater than?
Uh-huh.
So what's your answer?
Okay.
X greater than what?
Minus 2
Yes. So what answer is that?
D.
Answer X greater than -2. Answer D. Now I said that, let's see, number 7. Mercedes, you had that one correct. And but Maureen, how did you get a C? You answered it with C, with the plus. What happened? You just told me it was D, X greater than -2. But yet on your paper, you said number 7 was C. Was that just a mistake? You wrote it down wrong?
That's right.
Okay. Okay, number 8. Mercedes, number 8. You had that one correct. Oh,
I did.
Maureen had that one correct. Yes.
Oh,
So
excuse
you
me.
had number 8 correct, and Maureen had 8
Pardon me.
correct.
1 second, Miss
Okay.
Bob. Sorry, I'm sorry.
So this one, you what? Subtract the 4. That gives you a -10. Minus 5x less than equal -10 would be x less than or equal to 2. But since you divided by negative, you reverse it, right? So 8 is answer C. You both have that one correct. That's what I'm saying, how you got some of them correct
Yes, I'm correct.
and some you didn't. And they're the same kind of problems. And some even have the similar signs.
I went to work Tuesday evening, miss, and I didn't take my jacket.
I'm sorry?
I went to work on Tuesday, I didn't take my jacket, my winter jacket.
Oh,
But they say it was gonna rain and the temperature gonna be like up. So I just carried my raincoat, and when I get out, I forgot I'm in the south. It was so cold.
oh yeah. And it was cool yesterday too. I was out. It was chilly.
I mean, look, I said, oh, I saw this nice yesterday.
And then they say gonna be 70 tomorrow. I don't understand. This is no.
Oh, here's the word problem. Now you both got the times you can withdraw money for food. You both had that one correct. You had,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think you said 5 times.
Mhm.
yeah,
Maureen
yes.
said 5, and Mercedes, you said 5. But you didn't write the inequality.
Yeah,
Now,
I try to put it in words. I say
I don't
less
like my courses,
up
but I
less
write it up on my
than
book,
or
but I write
equal
it.
300. Is that
what
wrong?
happened, Maureen?
I write it on my book by this chef. I write it right, so I didn't send it.
Okay, Mercedes, what were you saying?
I was saying, I wrote the equality. I was saying x is less than or equal to 300. That was wrong.
X. But you
40
said
to
it
40.
says she can withdraw 60, right? So each time she can draw 60. So you got to put 60 times some variable, right?
Oh, so I wrote the equality wrong.
Yes. Okay. Let's see, what did you write? You said um, X is less than or equal to 300. No, it's not X. You've got to put the 60 with the variable. That'd be
Oh,
60
60
times
is.
the
Oh,
X, right?
oh, I should put 60 in place of the X.
No, 60 with the X. You got to put 60 times or 60t. In
Oh,
other words, 60 times the number of times she withdraws. It's $60 each time she withdraw, right? The laptop costs 600, so the difference will give you that 300. uh,
yeah. And then she
And every 2 weeks she
withdraw
withdraws 60.
$6
So you've got to use that 60
to divide 300.
times a variable, right? So you could put the 60 say it's times t, right? And that's got to be less than or equal to 900 minus 600. You could
Oh,
have
that's how I
left it
should
like
write.
that, right?
Oh, I didn't understand to write. I have it in
Okay,
my able to put it
let's
down with
put
them.
the, okay, less than or equal. And you could have, well, you've got 300, but you got 900.
No,
That's how much she had
I
minus the
understand the
cost of
answer,
the
but I didn't
laptop.
understand to write it unlike what you do, miss.
Yeah, because that's how you got the 5, right?
Yes,
So 60 times t less than or equal to 300, and then 300 divided by the 60 gives you 5.
yes.
But but your inequality has to have the 60 times a variable, which is the number of times that she can withdraw the money. And you put X, X is okay. All right. But that would be your inequality.
So I should have 900 minus 600.
No, you could have said 300. I mean, you could have gone and subtracted it. I'm saying this would have been acceptable if you had it that way. And then if you wanted to subtract it, you could go one step further and subtract. This will be 300
Mhm.
because that's how
Oh,
you got the 5, right?
yeah, I did all of it, but was to write the answer down now was a
I only
problem.
did write the first part. I write 60T, but I didn't know that's the right. So that way you send it.
Yeah, because every 2 weeks she withdraws 60. So it's 60 times some variable that limits how much she can take,
Can
how
draw.
many times she can withdraw. Because she can't go over what she has, the 300,
I know.
right?
Mhm.
So 60 times some variable, anything from A to Z. You could have
Mm.
used the X, but you got to say 60X
Oh,
less than or equal to 300. You got it?
yes. Yes.
Okay. But you said the time she can withdraw food, that was the 5, and that you both had that correct. Because 300 divided by 60 is 5, right?
Yes.
So T less than or equal to 5. All right. Now this one, I don't know what happened on this one because you both had, let's see, number 10. Number 10, Maureen's,
It
Oh,
says, I see.
you had you had C? Yes, you had C and B.
what? Can I see the answer? The answer, is
Okay, we're gonna go to it. But you said no.
yeah. I said no.
Okay.
My
But you
goodness.
didn't give me the answer to the first part. Okay. So let's put this all on.
Number 10 have two answers.
Yeah.
Yes, number 10 had 2 answers. You,
What?
yes, it,
So
it
dumb.
had. Which inequality describes the number of levels L you can play in 60 minutes. And then the second answer, can you play 6 levels during your free trial? So there were two answers.
So we go again now.
There were
We,
two answers for number 10. One was the inequality, and you select the choice. Okay, let me just put this here. And the other one was, can you play 6 levels during your free trial? Okay. So let's go here. You have a variable and a fix. So you have a 60-minute free trial. The setup is 5 and 1/6 minutes.
I
That's
think
your
I
fixed,
have to write it down. Yeah, I have it here. I did
right?
that part. I slipped me to
And
write
the
it down.
variable is the 7 and 1/3 minutes per level. There's your variable. That's your variable cost. I mean, time. 5 and 1/6 minutes to set up the game, 7 and 1/3 minutes to play each level. That means the 7 and 1/3 minutes has to be multiplied by this level L, right?
Okay.
So when you look at your choices, which one you're multiplying by 7 and 1/3 L? Actually, all of them, right? But the 5 and 1/16 is the fixed amount. So the fixed added to the variable has got to be either A or B.
Oh, that was the top one of the answer choice up there.
Yes, these are your
Well,
answers. It's got to be
mm,
A or B. The
I made
fixed,
I made a mistake with that part. I didn't look at that answer.
you
Those
didn't look at
answers.
the choices?
No, I didn't look at those.
Well, that's why it says which
So the answer was
inequality
uh,
describes the number of levels.
Okay. So you have
Because Maureen
uh,
answered it, right?
five 1/6 plus that.
Because Maureen said C and B. Now,
I
Maureen,
say C and B.
yeah, you said C and B. In other words, you said C and then you say B, no.
Oh,
But remember, Maureen, that 5 and 1/6 is the fixed amount. So you said 7 and 1/3 L minus. You've got to add that setup minutes to
uh,
the other. So it can't be 6 or D. You don't
uh,
subtract it, right?
uh, uh,
Because it takes you 5 and 1/6 minutes to set up the game. So you got to add that to the variable. The variable is the minutes it takes to play each level. So it has to be between A and B.
oh,
Well,
I
you
see.
see that?
Mhm.
You don't subtract it.
Uh,
Mercedes, you see that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it,
You
miss.
don't subtract that
Miss,
setup.
how
You
would
gotta
you work
add the setup.
how would you work it, miss? To get an answer.
Okay. 5 and 1/6 is the setup minutes.
Plus
7 and 1/3 is the minutes per level. So you know the 7 and 1/3 has to be multiplied by the level. So it can only be A or B.
so 7 no sorry 5 and 1/6
That's the
is
setup
what?
minutes.
So it,
That's
I
it,
see.
it's like 5 hour and what? Oh, that
no
don't make
5 and 1/6 minutes to set up the game.
what does
7
it
and one
what does the
third
five
minutes to
and one
play
six
each level.
what does the five
Mm-hmm.
and mean, Miss Barbara? That's what
What?
I want to understand. What does the 5 and 1/6 really meant
It means
in
for a
hours?
60-minute free trial. Don't forget, we're not talking hours here. You've got a 60-minute free trial, and it takes 5 and 1/6 minutes for you to set up the game. You're in a trial, right? But it takes 7 and 1/3 minutes to play each level. So the 5 and 1/6 is the setup minutes. The 7 and 1/3 is the minutes per level. That's why this is a multiplication. But the trial is 60 minutes, right? So you know you're limited to 60 minutes. So that means when you add this, it's got to be less than or equal to 60. You can't go over 60. So the answer is B. Question?
I understand why you don't go over 60, but I don't understand the figures, how you work it. Am I thinking different in my head?
Okay.
You said five, and I don't understand the five and one six.
Okay.
How that work out?
It takes 5 and 1/6 minutes to set up the game. Now that means when you set up the inequality, you'll have the minutes for the setup plus the minutes to play each level. That's why you would have a 5 and 1/6 plus the minutes to play each level time L, the number of levels. Now say this, is that clear?
5 and 1/6 minutes. So
That's the
5 minutes and 1 and 1/6.
5 and 1/6 minutes is the setup time. So it's like, okay, set up,
Oh, I get you.
you got me?
You can
Okay,
go over 60.
set up time plus playing time. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so you got setup time plus playing time. So the setup time is 5 and 1/6 minutes. The play-in time is 7 and 1/3 minutes per level. So that has to be multiplied by L. They gave you the variable for the levels by the L, the number of levels.
Mhm.
Got it?
Okay.
So I'm saying A and B are your only possible answers because they show setup time plus playing time.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I
Okay.
guess I'd notice it. I didn't notice it. I don't know what I was looking at.
Okay. And the playing time is based on minutes per level times the number of levels. So what are you limited by? The 60 minutes, because that's what they give you the limit for the free trial. So when
Okay.
you
Mhm.
add the setup time
Mhm.
plus the playing time times the number of levels,
Mhm.
it cannot exceed the 60. So it's got to be less than or equal to 60.
Okay.
Got it? So this is your answer. Now, can you
That's
play
part one.
six? Go ahead and I'll say these.
That's part one answer, miss.
That's the first part of the problem.
The first part.
Answer B.
Okay.
Now, can you play 6 levels? So you take your answer B, and you don't really have to multiply it out because you can actually see it. It's not gonna, you can actually see the levels you can play. So let's just put this here. Now, take out the A here. That was B. Now, can you play 6 levels? All you have to do is put that 6 in, multiply it by your 7, add it to your the 5, and if it's less than or equals 60, then the answer is yes. And you can see that. You don't even have to use the fraction.
I don't.
So,
All right, Miss Barbara, can you do that part? Let me understand.
okay, for this 6 levels, put the 6 for the L.
Maybe I misunderstood where I gave the wrong answer.
Yeah, put the 6 where the L is. And you don't even have to use a fraction. Just say 6 times 7 is 42. 42 and 5 is 47. And that's less than or equal to 60. So yes, you can play 6 levels.
So you're saying the way I should do it, I should say 5 times 7. That's how you're saying I should do it? Multiply
No,
5.
no, 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 no. 6 levels, when it says 6 levels, that means where L is, you're going to put a 6.
Okay.
So put a 6 right there. And you don't really have to multiply it out, right? Let me just, it would go to the next page. Well, let me just put here. Where the L is, put a 6. So what's 6 times 7?
6 times
You don't
7.
really need the fractions. What's 6 times 7?
42.
And what's 42 in this whole number 5?
Oh, you mean add the 5 to the 42?
Yes, what is that?
That's 47.
Is that less than or equal 60?
Less than.
It is less than, so your answer would be A.
That's what I'm thinking.
You
So
can
how
pay, you can play 6 levels. Answer A. Maureen, you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you come up with no then? You said no, you can't play 6.
I
That's
misunderstood.
what I tell you.
How did you misunderstand,
Me?
Mercedes?
I just want to work it out. That's how you did it there.
Yeah, you first have to find the inequality. And like I say, the inequality is the combination of setup plus playing time times the number of levels. So playing time times the number of levels, and that's what that B is.
What did you
Setup,
say? What did you say I should put where L is miss? 6?
yeah, you put 6. Substitute 6 right there. And you don't really need to use the fractions, because you can see 6 times 7 is 42.
Mhm.
Add the whole number 5, that's 47. That's less than or equal to 60. So you can play the 7 levels. I mean, the 6 levels. Can you play 9 levels, Maureen?
No.
No, because 9 times 7 is 63. Without adding the setup time, it's greater than the 60. So you can't play 9, but you can play 6. Mercedes, can you play 8 levels?
Let me see. I'm getting it clear. 8 level.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
You
Wait,
can play
no.
8 levels?
Wait. We have to add the 5 all the time? No.
Yes, you gotta add that setup time.
Okay, no.
You can't,
Continue.
right? Because 8 times 7 is 56 and 5 is 61. That's greater than the 60. So you can't play 8 levels. Got it?
Well, that's what I was saying. How do you work it? Now you show me how you work it out so that I get a better understanding.
Yes, yes. You have to substitute in whatever levels they give you for the L. Multiply it out, add it to the fixed,
Yeah.
the setup. And if it's less than or equal to 60, answer is yes. If it's greater than the 60, then the answer is no. Got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now I think this one, I think the fractions is probably what threw you off this. But it's the same if you had whole numbers. The thing is, when you give us something like this, and this is pretty common to have a fixed and a variable. And here you have a fixed setup time, and you have a variable based on the minutes and levels. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So that was number 10. And let's go to number 11. And let's see, number 11. Oh, you both had those right, 11 and 12. You both had 11 and 12 right. 11 is A and 12 is C. And both of you had those correct. Okay. So 11, let's go back up here. Maureen, you worked it out or you guessed?
Huh? I
You
work
worked,
it out.
you worked it out. Good. Okay. So answer. What's the answer for 11?
Yeah.
A. And what's the answer for 12?
See.
That's it. Because less means subtracting. So a number less 25 means you subtracted the 25 from a number. We call it K. And if it's greater than 50, there's the greater than symbol.
Oh
Any
yeah. So
questions?
I
Yeah.
what do you call that? Mental task.
Yeah, right, right. These were, yeah. And this one, number minus 5, and they're using P divided by twice the number plus 3. Result is less than or equal 17. There's your less than. All right. And it says a number minus P. B says 5 minus a number. All right. And C is a number minus P, but it's a greater than or equal, not a less than. Okay. Any questions on any of these inequalities?
No, miss.
All right, so that means then that you can give me some answers in the chat. So let me do a new share. Okay. All right. Now, we're not going to get the compound inequalities. We'll just stay with our equalities, inequalities. Now, this is just a review, but inequalities look like equations without the equal sign. The same operations you do on the equals, the equations you do on the inequalities. But inequalities have more than one solution. Equations generally have just one, although sometimes you have a plus and a minus answer. Okay. Now here's but instead of equal, we use a less than or equal, greater than or equal. So just things you do with equations, like to keep them in balance, just think of I'm doing the same thing with my inequalities and keeping them in balance. All right. Now, the multiply or divide by a negative number and do the inverse of the sign. That's something that's a rule with the inequalities, and also graphing them on the number line. Remember, when that's an open circle, it's greater than or less than. If it's closed, shaded, it's either greater than or equal or less than or equal. All
Please
right.
repeat that part, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, I say just remember on the number line,
Yeah.
if you have a greater than or a less than, it's an open circle, open dot on the number line.
If I have a greater than
A greater than or a less than,
or less than.
right? Greater than. So if you give them a multiple choice and it's a circle on the number line and it's open, it's not shaded, then you know it's either greater than or less than. You look at the direction of the number line to determine if it's increasing or decreasing. All right. But if it's a shaded dot, it has to be greater than or equal or less than or equal. Got it?
Greater than.
Greater than or equal or less than or equal. All right, back up here. Okay. It has to be B less than or equal or D greater than or equal. Those are your inequality symbols. Got it?
Okay.
If you see less than or equal, greater than or equal, on the number line, it's got to be a shaded dot because it includes the location of that number. It includes it. Whereas if it's open dot, it's either less than or it's greater than. And it does not include the location of the dot. Got it?
Okay, I think so.
Okay. Now, let's look at, okay. Now, I want you to do these three and send them to me in the chat.
Okay, let's see.
8x less than 120. 16x greater than minus 100. Minus 5x greater than 80. You're solving for the X. All right. Okay. Now, if you don't have the greater or less than symbol on your keyboard, just write it out. Just write out less than or write out greater than. Because
Okay, did
these
you
are,
get a message from me?
I'm sorry.
You got a message from me a while ago? Did you
Let's
get a
see.
message from me a while ago?
Let me just check. I don't see a chat. No, I didn't get a message.
It said, hello, miss. I want to see if the chat is working.
Oh, I didn't.
I see a direct message to
No,
you.
I didn't really get it.
One more time.
I looked in the chat and it would actually show with the red that the chat has come through, and I don't see anything. But I want you to send me these 3 answers through the chat. Like I say, you can
Yes,
write
on.
um if you don't have the symbol, you can just write less than. Okay. Let's see.
So it says solve for X
Solve for the X, right?
in
But if you
equal.
don't have the let's see.
In other words, we should just tell us, we must just tell what the symbol means to the numbers on both sides.
No, you got to solve it. You got to solve it. You got to tell me X less than some number, X greater than number. That's what I want to see in the chat. Now,
I just,
this is, but I said if you don't have the symbol, you can use less than or greater than. You can just spell it out. Let's see. You could just spell out less than. Okay. Let's see if I can. I mean, I'm saying you could, if you don't have the symbol, you could just say, just spell it out, less than or greater than. So when you send it to me via the chat, if you don't have your symbol, just spell out the word, say less than or greater than. Those 1, 2, 3 are all less than or greater than. There's no less than or equal or greater than or equal. So you can just write it out. Okay. So I need you to do those and send them to me via the chat. Anybody finished? Does anybody see my messages? Can you see the chat messages?
The messages, let me see. Oh, I see. Please send answer for 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I'll soon send you my answer, miss. Give me just a few
Okay.
seconds.
All right. Maureen, you saw my chat message?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me see. Okay.
On the left side, you'd have X. Then you have your inequality, or you can spell it out, less than or greater than. And then you'll have the constant with the correct sign.
X. X.
How you doing, Maureen?
That's a good one.
You got your answers? These are all one-step inequalities, right? One step.
You want answers too?
What is it, Maureen?
You want answers?
Yes, I want answers for
Uh,
number 1, number 2, and number 3.
uh,
Send them through the chat.
let's do it. Have it.
Mercedes, you sent me your answers?
I'm sending them now, miss.
Okay. Maureen, you sent me your answers?
Not yet.
These are mental math, right?
I know. Tell me. It could- uh, it would still do. I know what you doing anyhow.
What is it, Maureen?
I know what you doing anyhow.
You don't know what to do?
I yeah, so I don't know what you're doing.
You don't know how to solve for the X?
I know I can send my answers if they're wrong, they're wrong.
Remember the opposite operations? These are all multiplications, Maureen. So what would you do to solve?
Divide.
That's it, divide.
Yeah.
They're all multiplications, so you use division to solve for the X.
I send them already. But I know about number. I can't figure out number two. Because it's 16x is greater than minus 11. Yes, so can't take
No,
out
it's still a multiplication.
mm,
So what would you divide by, Maureen?
by 16.
That's right.
Mm,
Do that. That's what you would do. No different from number 1 or number 3, except, you've got a negative here and a negative here. And keep in mind, when you divide by negative, what you do. Okay, now somebody sent me something.
I see. Okay.
Maureen, you
That's
know the
number two.
difference between greater and less than?
Yeah.
So this symbol right here, is that greater or less?
Which one?
Right here, number 1. See the cursor?
Okay.
Is that a less than or greater than? That symbol.
It marked greater than.
This is a less than symbol.
Mm.
You just
Maureen, this is a less than. Number one has a less than.
Oh,
Number two has a greater than. Number three has a greater than.
okay.
Remember, let's go back up here.
I flipped them.
Less than. See, I gave it to you in that first slide. Less than, greater than. All right. So 8x less than 120. 16x greater than or minus 100. Minus 5x greater than 80.
Miss Barbara, do you see my answer? 18 cluster.
Oh, okay, just a minute. Let's see. So if it's a less than, then you've got to put the less than symbol.
Mhm. Okay, number one. Okay.
Less than, greater than. All right. Okay, let me look at the chat and see.
And that -2 cluster.
I don't see yours messages. I see
I
Maureen's.
sent it. It said from me to Barbara Day. No, you not see it. It's there.
Oh, okay.
But I don't see yours. I see Maureen. That's
All right, let me send it to my phone then, because I'm looking at it. It went. It's somewhere there in
The
somewhere there.
income no there.
I see Maureen's, but I don't see yours.
I got to do okay.
Now, Maureen, you got to make sure you say less than for the symbol or greater than. So
Uh,
you sending me yours again?
okay.
I'm sending you mine again, Miss Barbara.
Okay. So Maureen, if you had an error on your less than, correct it and just send it again.
Okay.
I'm going to send to the regular text message, so you get it quick.
No, I want it on the chat.
No, you say I didn't get it, so I'm going to send it again on my phone.
No, but try the chat again. I want to see if I see it.
Okay.
I want to make sure.
It's
Before I didn't see yours, but then I saw them on the save. I don't know why. Maureen, I'm seeing now, and I saw hers when I looked at the save chat. So I don't know the difference. It's why I see hers and I don't see yours. Maureen, you sending me yours again?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Maureen, I'll say you sending me yours again
Yes,
by the
yes,
chat.
yes. I'm
Okay.
doing it right now.
Okay.
I send money again. I know if I send them right or wrong, cause I know.
You sent it again?
Yeah, my
Because I
yeah.
don't, I see your, uh, did you type it
Second,
in? Because I don't see them. I
yeah,
see your name, but I don't see your message.
yeah. It come up on my screen at free for if you want.
Yeah, I see. Oh yeah, I
Boop.
see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I do that one, but I can find.
Except Maureen, you got less than for greater than. You got, see, this is less than. This is greater than.
The
This
first one
is,
I sent in X is greater than, but I didn't write greater. I just write a G and then and put
that's okay.
15.
That's fine. But you're calling two less than. You're calling three less than.
Mm.
Let me go back to the chat here.
But then the first one they said they write. The first one they said they write X is greater than 15. The next one they said they was to write an X, but they missing write the A. And they write A is greater than 16.
Oh, that's okay about the variable, but the thing is, what you just sent me, you called them all less than.
Yeah.
They're not all less than. One is a
Mm-hmm.
less than, two is a greater than, and of course three is a less than because you got a reversal there. But okay,
I sent it, Miss Barbara. I don't know if you got it.
Maureen, if they're negative, put a negative sign on them.
Uh,
You need to send yours again because you didn't put a negative sign
uh,
where there's some are negatives, right?
okay.
Send it again. Okay, now Mercedes, I still don't see yours. So
It's twice it's right there. I'm looking at
I'm
it. It's
sure it's there. Last time it came up on the
and
save,
I
but
saw your message.
yeah, I
I'm
know
looking
you
at your
see my
message,
message.
and in message say from you to me, and then mine message say from me to you. And I see your name.
Okay.
It's
I get
hidden
right.
somewhere
Okay.
there.
Okay.
X.
All right. Oh, okay, Mercedes, text them to me then, please. I'm
Okay.
sure yours are there on the save, but
Yeah,
I'm
twice
not,
it's
I
there.
don't know why I don't see them on the session.
And
So
I
go
wonder
ahead and text them to me, Mercedes, okay?
when I log into this Zoom here, do you see my address, my website address?
Do I see your website address?
Yeah.
Why would I see your website address?
I'm just wondering why you're not getting my Zoom message, my when I sent to you. I'm seeing your
See, the
name.
last time Mercedes, I didn't see yours during the session, but when I signed off the Zoom,
You
I
saw it.
saw it in the chat
Oh
messages.
boy.
But Maureen, I'm seeing now, and I saw hers on the messages. I see hers both ways. I don't know why I don't see yours.
I'm getting your message, but I don't know why I'm not seeing you're not
You
seeing
see mine, right?
plain and straight. I'm seeing it said please send answers for numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Hmm.
And it's from your, you say it's from your name to me.
Right.
And my message say from me to you, to your name. And it's a direct message. You
Try,
didn't need to
try,
write.
try. Send it. Mercedes. Try everyone and see if I'll see if I get it.
Say that
I
again.
mean,
Everyone.
Maureen is a direct message coming to me. Try everyone. I want to try out different things. Try
Oh,
everyone and see if I
okay.
get it. Okay.
Let
I
me,
want to
let me
see
get
if I
out.
get it. Now, normally you would send it to me, not to everyone, but I just want to see if I
It's
see it when you say
okay.
to everyone. Okay.
Okay, because I see Miss Becker's name. I see
Hmm.
Marine's name. Let
Hmm.
me get everyone and try then.
Okay.
Okay, let me type it in.
Maureen, you putting your signs on, right? Negative.
Trying to.
If they're negative, just, put the negative. If you can't put the negative, just say minus. Just say minus, okay?
Let's send it back again.
You
I
sent it
know.
again? Yeah, I see. Because when yours
I got
come, I
now.
get the red there. Okay.
I got X
Okay.
is greater than 15. X is less than 6, but I put the 6 wrong, but I can get delete. So I put a minus 6.25. Oh boy. I can't touch something. I know it touched.
Okay. The first one you say X is greater than 15.
Uh-huh.
But that's a less than sign,
Uh,
right?
uh,
So you should have said less than.
uh,
And two, well, you didn't put your numbers on them. That's okay. You said X is less than
6.25.
6. Then you say minus
Yeah.
6.25.
And then they put X
Okay.
is less than 16.
And that's not a negative?
Oh, I always forget to put in negative 6.25. Yeah.
Okay.
I get up better than numbers anyhow yet.
Okay. That's okay. Don't send it again.
Okay.
Mercedes, you texting me yours, right?
Yes, I'm doing right now. I just almost finished.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you try the everyone to see if it went through?
Me, miss?
Yes. Did you do
The signs
everyone?
are on the signs are on the, so I just do the signs.
No, just send just one message to everyone and see if I
Oh,
see if I see
everyone,
it.
yes, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah, I
it. Okay.
just want to see. It doesn't have to be these answers. It could be anything you want. I just want to see if the everyone works when you send a
Oh,
message.
I was doing the answers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, almost finished.
But just send everyone. I just want to find
Okay.
out why yours are not coming through, but yet I see them on the chat folder at the end.
Do you see it, miss?
You sent to everyone?
Yes.
Nope, still don't see it.
Maureen,
Huh?
you see me answering everyone.
Yeah, Mark. 1x greater than 15.
Yeah.
2x less than minus 6.25.
You
And 3x is less than minus 16.
She see mine, Miss Barbara.
so you see Mercedes' message,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I don't see it.
It marked to everyone.
Let me go over here. Let's see.
Yeah, she told me to try that.
No, I don't see it.
Many
But
class,
then
eh?
your answer, she's saying 1x is greater than 15. The other one is 2x is less than minus 6.25. And 3x is less than minus 16.
Go through. Number
That's
three
what she
said
said too. but it comes true to everyone.
But I don't see it.
Uh,
I
Maureen,
only see
huh?
Maureen's messages.
my number 3 says x is greater than minus 16.
No, you got the V turned to the left hand side.
The pointed part of the V is to the X for number 3. And it
Yeah, but you got
open
it. Look at 15. Look at 15.
15
15
is
is
up.
greater, and you got the other one is less. Now you see how you got the G's turn?
2 is less than.
Yeah, and you got 3x is
Is
less
less
than
than.
minus 16.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the answers. Maureen, what did you have for number 1?
I had number one. I go over. I have one is x is greater, less than 15.
Okay, X is less than 15.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that is correct. Divide the 8 into 120. What do you have for number 2?
I have for number two is x is less than minus 6.25.
Why you got less and it's a greater than symbol? And it's not divided by negative, so you don't reverse it.
Okay, then. Okay.
That should be less than six, a minus 6.25.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said, but you didn't say that. You said, uh,
That's what I said. I
no,
said
no, X. I thought you said less than. Okay, so what did you have? X greater than?
She said less than the first time.
I thought she said less than.
yeah, I
Yeah.
said
X,
less than.
X greater than minus 6.25. That's what you
Uh,
should have.
greater.
Yeah, yeah, it
Uh,
should be greater because you're not dividing by negative.
uh,
The negative is in the numerator. Minus 100 is divided by the 16. Now, Maureen, what do you have for number 3?
I had x is less
Okay,
than 16.
but 80 divided by minus 5 is a minus 16.
16. I don't even think about the minus there. I gotta forget. I gotta remember that.
Okay, yes, because you dividing plus by minus gives
Uh,
minus, right? 80 divided by negative
uh,
5 is
uh,
minus 16. So it should be x, and you reverse it because you divide by negative. So be
uh,
x less than minus 16.
uh,
Number 2 should be x greater than a minus 6.25. And number 1 should be x
uh,
less than 15. Is that
uh.
what you had, Mercedes?
No, no, she got x
Number 2 should be
is
what?
greater than 15.
Number 2 should be, pardon me, Maureen, just a minute.
What did
2
you
should be
have,
what?
Mercedes, for number 1?
For number 1, I have x is greater than 15. The X is turned, the mouth is open to X. The
But
V.
this is a less than. Mercedes, that's a less than.
For number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I reversed the sign.
Why you reversed it? You're not dividing by negative.
Oh Lord. And I
That's
have it
what Maureen
and
was
I have it
telling you.
and I have it right, and then I do it the other way. Oh, that's what she was trying to explain.
That's what Maureen was telling you. She
Yeah,
said
I
you
have it
had a
right.
greater than, but you're not dividing by negative, so you don't reverse the symbol. The symbol stays the
Okay.
same,
Okay, let me write this down. When
right?
divide
Should be
Uh-huh.
x. You 120 divided by 8 is 15. You don't change the inequality symbol because you're not dividing by a negative. These are all positive, so it should be x less than 15 that Maureen said. And then the other one, minus 100 divided by 16, x greater than a minus
But
6.25.
she got less than a minus.
No,
you have to make
Mercedes,
sure.
you're not dividing by negative, so that inequality stays greater than. You got it?
Oh, so then number one, you're saying I should not change I should not flip the sign, right?
No, because you're not dividing by negative.
Okay.
Put this here.
First, I have the right answer, and then I go back and flip it.
No, you got to, you don't
Forgot the
flip
rule.
unless you dividing
I
by a
negative.
negative or multiplying by a negative.
Okay.
These are all positive in number one.
So number two is right then.
Number two is x greater than a
Suzanne.
negative 6.25. Is that what you had?
Hold up.
No, she got my less than.
No, no, no. You're not dividing by negative.
Because I flip it
You
again.
divide the negative by positive. Is if your divisor is a negative, your divisor is positive. 16 is a plus. I'll say you got it.
Right there, she got
Oh,
3 right.
And number three is
She got it right.
here you divide by negative. So that's a negative 16. But since you divide by negative, you gotta reverse it from a greater than to a less than. So your
Miss,
answer is x less than negative 16.
why change it, Miss? Because the one there's the sign at 100 for number two.
Yeah, but that's not dividing by 100. That's a minus divided by a plus. It's only when you divide by a negative, I'll say these, the 16 is plus.
Yeah.
So it's a minus 100 divided by 16. So you don't reverse the sign because you don't reverse the inequality symbol because the 16 is not negative, it's positive. And the minus you got for the minus 6.25 is because you divide a negative by a positive, and unlike signs divide to give you a negative. Mercedes, is that clear?
I'm trying to get it clear in my brain.
Yeah, I think you're getting them mixed up. You see a negative and you want to reverse, but the negative has to be in the number that you're dividing by. You know, the number at the bottom. Say, if you think of this as a fraction, the negative is in the denominator.
If the negative sign was on the 16,
Yes,
then I
you're
could
right.
flip,
Then you would reverse the,
reverse it.
yeah,
Okay.
then you reverse the inequality. But the 16 has a positive.
Okay.
So think of it as the number that you're dividing into something. If that's negative, then you reverse it.
Okay.
Just like number three. Number three has a negative, right?
Other
So you
negative
divide by negative. So
sign.
this one, of course, you change from greater than to less than.
Okay, got you.
And then the 80 divided by negative 5 is a negative 16. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Maureen. I didn't even realize it.
All right, Maureen. So other than your signs, I think yours were correct, Maureen.
Maureen beat
Just
me
make
by
sure you have your signs. Negative over positive gives negative. All right.
Yeah.
These were good exercises to just really get
Thank
these
you.
things all cleared
Thank
up,
you,
you
Christian.
know. Now I want to just do one word problem. Let's see. I just want to do one word problem. And let's see. If I have one. I think I had one here. Maybe I didn't. Okay. No, I didn't have. Okay, I just want you to do one more. Do number 4. Tell me what your answer is for number 4. X plus 20 less than or equal to 75. Another one-step inequality mental math. And you can just tell me the answer.
Okay.
Okay, mental math. So
Okay, let me look at it.
Maureen, you got an answer?
Not yet.
Let me look at some mental math. So
Mental math.
ooh. So x is equal to
Okay.
X plus 20 less than or equals 75. What is the answer?
answer is
No negative division, no negative multiplication. So we know we don't change the inequality, that stays less than or equal. Maureen, what goes on the right side?
20.
No, the answer.
I
Oh, I got, I divide 20 by 75, right?
No. Why are you dividing? There's no multiplication here.
Uh, we subtracting.
Yes, you subtract because that's a
Uh,
plus, right? So
55.
55. There you go. See, you got it. Less than or equal 55. That's your answer. And since you did so good on that one, Maureen,
So the one down
Mercedes,
the bottom now is
yeah,
different.
let's do number 5. Number
Okay.
5, you
Okay.
don't have any negatives, division or multiplication. So, Mercedes, what's the answer for number 5?
the answer for number 5 is
No reversing of inequality because there's no divided by negative, no multiplying by negative. So, what's the answer, Mercedes?
the answer is x is greater than or equal.
To
Am I saying
what?
it right?
What's the
To
answer?
210, 210.
You subtracted 15, so you've got to add it,
Oh Lord, I forgot that that one is
right? So, what's the answer, Mercedes?
okay. Let me give you the answer in
That's a
one
math.
second. Mental math.
Yes,
Okay,
225 plus
240.
15.
It's
240.
240.
240. That's right. Nice, easy numbers. 240. There you go. Now, Mercedes, you said subtract, but you subtract, you still have a minus 30 on the left. So you still will have a constant on the left. You got to add it so that the
Oh
minus
yeah.
15 and plus 15 goes to 0. Got
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Questions?
No.
Okay,
Good,
so
good.
we'll stop here
Mhm.
and I'll send you the session and also some practice work,
Uh-huh.
uh, still on inequalities, all right?
Okay.
And I'll probably give you some word problems that I think you
Okay.
can work, all
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You give
Any
us homework.
questions on
Homework.
anything?
You say homework
No.
again, miss?
Yes, I'll be sending you an assignment.
And
Yes,
you send it in before Monday.
yes. That's the one that on the Thursday is required. The one on
Okay.
Monday is not required.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right. So I'll say so long,
Okay.
everybody.
So have a good weekend.
Miss
Yes.
Barbara, I'm trying to still and I still can't get that